Hey, what's up, everybody? So it's just gonna be me tonight because it was supposed to be Greg and I, but he got work. But I guess he got off of work. So ask me a question about the album. I'll be here noodling with my guitar. Greg Burgess, how do you get your whitest whites? I own like 3 white things, Greg, and they're black. What amps were used for the guitars on the album? I think it was, I know it was a 5153, and I think it was also stacked with a 6505. So, yeah, I think. I figured I have the guitar, so if anybody had any questions about guitar stuff. Hey, Elias! You're always up for these, and I'm sorry that we don't do them earlier. You can actually get some sleep. That would suck. So in a previous hangout, Greg said that there would be a djenty part in the new album. Is that the breakdown in 1.618? No, it's not. That's just the only breakdown ever that Legion's done. It's in a different song that hopefully having a music video come out for pretty soon. Yeah, it's not too djenty. Like it's fun. It's I don't know. I like playing it. Is there any recent bands that are influencing the new album in terms of album structure and sound? I'm not really sure. I know that there's ideas and for at least guitars, there's ideas that may have been influenced, or at least in my songs, from other bands. That would be a good one to ask Greg for the next hangout, which we'll be doing another hangout with Greg and I and some of probably other people soon. Sorry about this one. Waiting on questions, waiting for the questions to come in. Oops. Ask some questions, I will answer them, or I'll just keep playing guitar. Yay, question. I was just so stunned while listening to the breakdown. How'd you guys come up with that? I don't know. Greg wrote that song. So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, just save that one for when Greg's here. How do you get out of writer's block? I don't know. Normally it just takes. Oh, it sucks because sometimes it'll go away faster. Take like a month. So I can write like a next riff. No, for me, it normally just keep messing around with it, and hopefully that something will come out. Just if you're noodling around with guitar riffs, that's normal. I do just kind of play around until something that I like comes out. Or another thing that I do is if I have a song and let's say I have like the beginning of it and then I have the end of it because I don't really know how to connect them. Sometimes just writing parts just to get through the writer's block and then going back and fixing them. That helps too. Just like if you had a really good idea for that chorus, just record that and then write a crappy pre-chorus and then change it later. That helps, but yeah. Oh. Nice. Hey Mike, how's it going, bro? I advertised for you during my show on Now. Not many total songs are on the new disc. How many total songs are on the new disc? And is it true Greg was once in the band The Village People? I'm guessing he was. Album is 10 songs. I think it's about an hour. I think we hit an hour, or we're just under it. So nice hour of music. But yeah, 10 songs. If you guys have any questions on how to play like a part in a song, hopefully I know the song and I can help. I got my guitar. Are y'all fans of Fallujah? Yes, I love Fallujah. So excited for their new album. I thought, what was the EP called? Nomadic. I thought that was amazing. That was the first thing I ever heard from them. And then I got the Harvest Worms a while ago, and that was amazing too. So I'm really excited for their new album. It's so cool. It's their atmospheric death metal, which I think is awesome. Do you know how to play Smells Like Teen Spirit? I think. Wait. I fucked up immediately. See, no, I don't even know. Any effects you are particular to using on the album for leads or riffs, like delays or verb? And are you guys using multi-effects of some sort into the 5153 or individual pedals? There were mostly for effects on the guitar, so it was mostly just reverb and delay for leads. I think there's one solo where there's like a chorus, or there's like a noticeable chorus, I think. I think the producer David Taro had kind of this light chorus effect that just kind of made it uh, like make it fatter in the mix or something. Yeah, not really too many effects on the album. Yeah, it was, I don't know. Could you demonstrate the clean part accelerate evolution? I don't play that, but let me see if I can figure it out. That's good. I think it's something like that. It has a slapback delay, and I think if it has, that's not right. This is why I need Greg here. Yeah, it's just like a slapback delay, so it has that that U2 delay sound. It's really cool. I want to do that more. If a tree falls in the forest and no one is around to hear it, doesn't make a noise. Yeah, there's that Geico commercial that proves that. It starts screaming. Yep. What are some good exercises for sweeping? I suck at sweeping downwards. See, I don't know. I hate it when people give this answer, but it's true. Just like the going slower, like just doing it really slow, which I even need to work on that. But I think maybe a lot of people say if you're practicing sweeping, do it with a clean channel, because sometimes with distortion it covers some of the sloppy that you're missing. So doing that with a clean channel helps. Yeah. Oops. It's really bright. Oh. Waiting on some questions. Anybody got any questions? Oh. There they are. What was the hardest part you had to learn off the Allegaeon tune? Off an Allegaeon tune and play it. Let's see. At first, it was the hardest thing that I had to learn. Like when I first was just filling in or something, was the kind of tapping thing that Ryan does a lot. So it's like that. It's the Behold solo pretty much. So that was hard. And some of the rhythms are getting, especially on the new album, are really tough. Like I was learning one today for that was a pain. I still can't even play it that well. So yeah, so I guess that tapping thing, and then a couple of the riffs on the new album. What are your favorite albums to listen to right now? Let's see. Huh. I think mostly it's kind of pop albums. Um, there was something that just came out that's really good. New Cynic, that was really good. And so I've been listening to that a bunch. What else? I think Ben the Lana Del Rey album, which Ezra, Miles, and I went to that 2 days ago. That was great. What guitars were used on the album? To track all the rhythms, we used Greg's like Greg's Jackson. I think it's like the soloist arch, the slate. Miles, but yeah, his 8 string from his 8 string Jackson. And that one's awesome because it's only 26 and a half, I think. So your hand doesn't hurt as much if you're doing that. Like this is 27, and some stretches, if I'm not warmed up, really hurt. So it was nice to play on that. And then for leads, I did all of mine on my ESP M2, which I know people were like, why are you using a 6 string on the Allegaeon album? It's like, well, all my solos didn't go past the 6 string, and it sounded better than this one. It has blackouts in it, so I thought for leads it's a little bit smoother. And then what did Greg use? I think Greg used the same Jackson that we did rhythms, or the or his Red Jackson. I can't remember though. Hey you, I'm jealous you got to see Lana. Do you think she could be a princess? She's probably over being a princess. She just wants. That's how cool she is. She's over it. But yeah, she can totally do it. What albums were used on the guitars? All of them. What shirt is that you're wearing? The Faceless. It's the one that they had at Summer Slaughter 2 years ago. Neon green, like everything. The Faceless. Do you have any tips for recording, mixing, or mastering guitars? I am really bad at mixing and mastering. I think for recording, the only tips I know are just start out with like simple stuff, like make sure all your strings are brand new, new battery if your guitar is active. I guess it's just try and see, I really don't know. Like the only thing I do is I make demos and then that's sometimes full songs. Like I'd never put it out. Like I just use my software to make demos. That's it. What would be your dream guitar? I don't know. An 8-string Jackson Warrior, that would be awesome. But the issue with a lot of the 8-strings I've tried out is they don't widen the body. So, like this cutaway up here, especially on like a Warrior, you couldn't like reach there. Like even on a 7-string Zypho, like I tried out Greg's Zyphos once, and I couldn't reach up top. That's the only issue with those. Yeah, anything custom shot by Jackson would be awesome. Iggy Azalea is greater than Lana. No, she's not. No. The only good part in Iggy Azalea's song "Fancy" is the chorus, and that's done by Charlie XCX, who is way better than Iggy. So wrong. Sucks I'm in France because Summer Slaughter this year rips. Will you go? If I'm here, I'd want to go so bad. Because the past 2 years. Wait, no. I know last year's I didn't want to go at all. I didn't understand it. Like, I only really liked Revocation. And there was only like a handful, like or less than that, of bands that are actually good on that one. But yeah, this year is actually a cohesive lineup of, these are all good metal bands that sound somewhat similar so that the crowd isn't hating each other. So you don't have like the deathcore kids fighting the metal kids. He spits out lyrics like no other, and she has an ass. I get, like, she was a model before she did that, and she should have stayed that. She doesn't really rap that well. I don't know. It does get stuck in my, that fancy song does get stuck in my head. It was in my head for like a week. I like her in the, she did a song with Steve Aoki, Beat Down. That was actually good. I think that she should have stopped there. What's your funniest or weirdest story from touring? Let me think of weirdest. Okay, I can't really think of weirdest. Funniest was probably, it was either all the pranks that happened at the end of the Wretched tour, just on the last day, or this last December. Even though it wasn't funny at all when it happened. It was 5 a.m. and Greg and I were exhausted. But Miles waking up in the van and had no idea where his pants were. So he had to go pee and just walked out of the van at a gas station in the middle of Texas. Just with just a shirt on. No underwear, no pants. It wasn't funny at all because when it was happening, because Greg and I had been driving for 5 hours and both exhausted, and then, oh hey, we finally parked to go sleep, and everybody wakes up. So, I know that there's other ones, but I can't think of them. I'll see if I can remember them. Any tips for a band in high school? Let's see. I was in a band in high school. I don't know. It's kind of hard because, like, if everybody's really young in the band, then a lot of people kind of dismiss it. But I guess just try and first try and sound like if you're a band in high school trying to play shows, just try and do everything like as professional, I guess, if you as you can at that moment. Like save up your money, go get a really good sounding recording, and then try and sound really professional live too, like, because then people are just really impressed. Like I think what was it, Port of Osiris? They were 18 when they were signed, but that's because they just didn't sound like they were 18. Yeah, I'm not really sure other than that. Like just I guess play shows, try and get a product together like a CD that, and then shop it around to labels. Okay. Do you have any good exercises for lead playing you'd like to show? Or is it mostly just practicing ones you're working on for your band songs at the particular time? It's a little bit both. I really like. I'm not a very good guitar player, and where I don't really like sitting down and just doing techniques, because I get really bored. And so what I'll try and do is find a song that has a technique that I'd like to either work on or learn that's in the song, and then learn that. Like, recently I've been trying to get my alternate picking a little bit cleaner, so I figured anything John Petrucci would be good, so learning Classical Kiss, and that's pretty much all alternate picking. Like I think there's one, it's probably more than one sweeping part, and then the rest is just. So it's a good exercise because it has some string skipping, and then just you have to be dead on with your picking. So yeah, that's the only thing I do is really just try and find a song that has something that I want to get out of it. Because then you're not really bored because you get to play a song, and instead of just doing mindless exercises all day, just like I get really bored doing that. But will the next music video be as fun as the one for 1.618? Maybe. I know that we're already planning out video 3 and 4, and those will be fun. I think for this next one, it's kind of going to be like the old ones, just a little bit more serious. But then after that, we have plans to make them just really funny. Because we shot the second music video like before 1.618 was even out, so we didn't know how well it was going to do. So we decided, just okay, we did a funny one, now let's do this. Now that we see how good the funny one's doing, we're going to be doing a lot of them. And I hope you guys like Miles, because he's going to be in all of them. Also, a lot of people don't know you're in 2 bands. I know Allegiant takes up most of your time, and thank you, because I just love Allegiant and promote the hell out of you. But do you find it hard to split time with them? For the my other band, Artemesis, it's not really too hard. Like sometimes it just gets like scheduling conflicts. Like if like it's hard to kind of plan in advance because if Allegiant gets a tour, then like they'd have to cancel shows or something. But yeah, it's not too bad. Like there's lots of people who are in multiple bands. Like Nick from Cephalic, he's in 2 major bands, And that I could see being like a huge pain in the ass, like never being able to plan something. But yeah, at this point, it's not that bad. Hi, Mike. I joined late. Oh, hey, Chris. I usually come early. What did I miss? Not much. Kind of just been noodling and yeah. What is your favorite type of porn? Uh, Whichever one's on, I guess. So you guys in Armises have anything new planned? Yeah, we should have an EP coming out in July. That's getting finished up. We're still waiting on artwork. And then we're doing like just a Weekend Warrior thing in June. So just normal stuff. Does Greg play all the leads in 1.618? Sorry for asking all those questions based on that song, but I can't help but love it. That's fine. I don't mind. No, I have solo, and then we're both playing the dual tapping. Like, so my solo is the one that's right before, I guess, in the video where crabcore kicks in. So and then I forgot it. So it's that, but less sloppy, because I haven't practiced that song in a while. Give a beer to Miles from me for wearing a Invader Sim shirt in the 1.68 clip. Okay, I will. We made him wear the entire thing so that people would recognize it. Same with the hat. What brand socks are you wearing? Hanes. Like Ezra, but in socks. You need a new A string? Do I? If you could get any type of A string, what would you get? I don't know, a custom shop Jackson one would be cool. Or stick with Ibanez. Like, this one's awesome. The only beef with it is that I wish it had 2 truss rods like the Prestiges have. Just because I wouldn't have to worry about putting thick strings on them. Yeah, so Ibanez. What I really want nowadays is a 7, because I don't own one. So I have to play all the 7-string songs with an 8. Which is fine, but it kind of is a pain in the ass to try and keep the 8-string quiet if I don't need it for the song. How are you? I'm good. I'm kind of not good at doing these Google Hangouts by myself. Yeah, I feel like I'm being awkward, but oh well. So. Brand of underwear. Good morning, Hanes. Yep, still Hanes. So, that'd be cool to get a Hanes endorsement, just because I could change my underwear for every show. Any core/deathcore bands that you're a fan of? There's actually a couple like that are pretty good. A lot of it I don't like, but Also Perish, they're technically a core band. They do it well because they won't be like some of the bands that you hear where it's just literally a breakdown the entire time. Like they'll have riffs and then there will be a breakdown in there. Let's see. The Discovery from Born of Osiris. That's the only album that I like from them. Let's see who else. Animus. They're really good. They're not too Cory. I think, yeah, but they do have breakdowns. So yeah, not really many core bands I listen to. Sorry if this was already asked, but are you self-taught or did you take lessons? It's kind of a mix of both. Like, I took initial lesson. I took lesson. I took lessons initially when I started, just because that's if you're starting guitar, it's a lot easier to pick it up faster if you have somebody to show you how to do things. And then I stopped those after a while, and then took jazz lessons for 2-3 years, something like that. So in that I learned a bunch of music theory and then some cool chords, but a lot of the metal stuff, that's where I'm self-taught. Like, so I guess yeah, mostly like the shredding and metal stuff. That's where I was self-taught, but in jazzy stuff, that's where I took lessons. Has the pledge been mentioned yet? No, it hasn't. I don't even know where it went. Like, I'm at Dad's house right now. We're getting it ready to sell, so everything's clean. And I don't know where the pledge went. I have the same DRI shirt as you in the video. Sick! It was funny because I bought that and totally didn't realize it was a DRI shirt at first. Because I was like, okay, we're going to have a thrash scene in the video. This would be good, because it just says thrash zone. And I should have known by looking at the guy on it that it was DRI, because all my friends listen to DRI. And it didn't click until like 10 minutes after I bought it. RondoMusic.com says to, oh hell no. I hate 9 strings. I don't even think 8 strings are that cool. Like, they're cool the way that we use them, I guess. But why would you want anything low? Like that low? That already, you can't do chords with that, really? It's too low. Like, where do you keep the wheel of subgenres? We destroyed it in the video. Yeah, you can see it. It's right after hair metal, where we're destroying it and then just being ourselves, I guess. I kind of wish we would have had to. I had to build it, and so I was, like, the night before we filmed that part, and that was a pain in the ass, and so I'm glad that I got to destroy it, because it was such a pain in the ass to make. What are some of your favorite bands? Also, what amps would you recommend buying? Favorite bands. Let's see, I guess my top 5 would be Death, Cynic, let's see, Explosions in the Sky, yes, either The Faceless or Revocation, just because they're both bands where every album I like. Let's see then. Who else? Yeah, I don't know for number 5, but what amps would you recommend buying? if you just want to go with a safe bet and just want to have a great metal amp, then 6505. Like, they're not, for amps, they're not terribly expensive, and they just sound really good. Like, it's really impossible to make them sound bad. I know it's possible, but it's really hard. And so, yeah, that's just like your safest bet. Marshalls are pretty good, but they're kind of not as tight. That's what I've noticed. And Mesas kind of have a hissy sound I don't really like. But yeah, PV, just get a 6505. There's a reason why all the people who can afford to get like the really nice amps still use them. Or XFX. That's what I've been saving up for. But those are expensive as hell. Do you guys film any other segments from the Wheel of Subgenres that didn't make it to the video? Also, which style on the wheel is your favorite? Thanks. No, we didn't, because we decided, because if you look on the wheel, all the other ones are kind of, all the other genres that were there that weren't talked about were kind of just jokes with like really long names, like the post that we just kind of put genres together. But yeah, so nothing else got filmed. Those were all that was filmed, which was stressful because we thought, it's like, what if one of these isn't funny? And then, but my favorite from it. I liked hair metal, just because filming it, that was the most fun. Because we have a crap ton of just behind the scenes and stuff for it. Because we were at this cool venue that's here. Used to be called the Blastomat. Now it's called Seventh Circle or something. But it's here in Denver, and they're really nice people. Like they gave us the keys to the venue, and like nobody was there. There's like, here, take this, just give it back whenever. So really trusting. And it was just fun to film because we were all in spandex and wigs. And Cory's onesie was amazing. So yeah, so I guess that's my favorite, just because of how fun it was to film. And this is from my hometown. Also seeing Revocation tomorrow. Oh god, you're going to the Devil Driver show or Devil Driver Whitechapel? I went to that a couple of days ago and saw Rivers and Revocation. And the new Revocation song is so good. Oh my god. You will have fun. You will have fun. Do you agree that Brandon fits in for every subgenre in the video? I know! I don't get it. He's so good at that. Like, I had to go buy wigs. And he was just fine. He nailed it all. Brandon's so good at everything. And so much more famous than I am. So, are you actually going to release the deluxe air horn edition, or are you just messing with me? No. No. Well, the song that I showed you was for album 4. That was just one I was working on. But, yeah. Hell, maybe we can just convince Metal Blade to make, or hell, I'll make one copy and send it to you. I don't care. Out of all the subgenres you played in the video, what's your favorite genre? Just answer that with the hair metal, just because of how fun it was. Is this your dream career, something you have been working towards your whole life, or are you still aspiring for something else, something more? Yes and no. Like, I guess when I started playing guitar, like a lot of people start playing guitar because they want to be rock stars. I started because I really liked the way that it sounded. I thought it would be cool. But yeah, like I don't. Maybe at some point I thought it would be cool to be rock star or something, but I think it's more fun just to play music. You need the whole shit that comes with being a rock star. I don't know. I do like if I'm aspiring to anything else. Someday I'd just like to go back to school. Like that'd just be cool, just to get a degree. But not right now, because I have death metal to play. Are you happy with life? Yeah, it's stressful. Um, with the lead and stuff. Uh, but that's just I think that's every band ever. So yeah, I'm good. I'm good. What is your opinion on bass solos, like what Beyond Creation did in Omnibus? Yeah, Pledgement. I haven't heard that song, so I don't know. But I'm definitely a fan of bass solos. Like, I don't really want to give anything away, but there are a lot more. There are bass solos in the new album, so if you like bass solos, you'll be happy, and you can actually hear the bass on this album. I would honestly love if you made a copy of the Airhorn edition and sent it to me. I'm gonna hold you up to that. Do you want it for this album or for the next one? Because I don't know. Because if it was for this album, and I guess for anyone, it would just be a CD. You'd get a blank CD. I don't think I could make. No, yeah, I could make one with all the artwork. So I don't know. Message. I think we're friends on Facebook, so message me on there. We can do that, I guess. Do you have a girlfriend? No. Sucks. Are you familiar with the band Archsphere? Yeah. Bands you mentioned liking, it seems like you'd be into them. Yeah, we listened to them a couple times. I liked it, but it was kind of. They seemed a little bit too tech death for me. But maybe it's just because I need to get an album, and that's normally what happens. Like, I'll listen to a band off of their singles and then maybe not like it, but then as soon as I get the album or borrow the album from somebody, I'll be like, oh shit, this is really good. So, but yeah, they're from Canada, right? I think. Hi, Greg. Wasn't like actually hanging out with Cory. Miserable. Really miserable. Who has better hair, Greg or Brandon? Brandon. Sorry, Greg. But yeah, Brandon's hair is amazing. How is your picking? Is it more staccato or legato? It used to be really legato, just because that's like kind of when I was first learning how to play fast. That's what I could do, because it's really easy to just kind of hit one note and hammer on the rest of it. But yeah, I guess nowadays, since I'm cleaner at it, I do more of the staccato stuff now. So yeah, so it's a mix of both right now. God, he needs antidepressants or something. Actually, no, I like him miserable. I like him miserable. if you have to fuck some, if you have to fuck somebody in the band, who would that be? Let's see. Greg's married, so Laura would be upset. Cory is too sad. Brandon has a girlfriend, so she'd be upset. See then, who else is left? Ezra or Miles, because Miles is talking. It's Ezra. It's because he's like the only one who's single and not miserable. Is it a pain to play leads with the longer scale on the 8 strings? Yeah, for leads, actually, the scale length kind of helps, just because I have kind of fat fingers. So on my other guitars, where it's like 25.5, reaching, like really grabbing onto like the last 4 frets, like so from 20 to 24, that would always be a pain in the ass. But since the scale length is longer, I can kind of get hold of them better. The only issue with playing leads on an 8 string is keeping the bottom strings quiet, because I have a 74 on the low one, and it's still really floppy. So if I move around or hit it barely, you can hear it. So that's the only pain in the ass. What is something surprising or different that you do outside of the band? I don't know. I don't have... My only hobby is playing guitar. Other than that, I just work and then do band stuff. I don't really do much outside of it, which sucks. It seems boring. Why is Cory sad after all? He's not that sad, just angry at the world or something. Yeah, he's not sad. I don't think he's sad. I think more angry. I don't know. I think it's... Yeah. Alright, so I got only 8 more minutes left. Sorry, it had to be kind of short. But we'll, in a little, probably in like a couple weeks or so, Greg and I will do a longer one. And then you can both ask some questions, because Greg probably has better answers than I do. So, ask your kind of final questions now. Any pot smoking going on? No, I don't. I just don't like it. No, Ezra and Cory liked it, but yeah, no, I just never liked it really that much. Like, I know, even though it's legal here, and everybody I know does it. Well, can you ever have too many blast beats? Yeah, there's some bands where it's just like literally that's the whole song is just blast beats, and I think that's too much. I love blast beats, but to pretty much having your whole song of one rhythm, yeah, that's not very good. What is your favorite guitar you have ever owned, and why? I don't really have a favorite that much, because normally it's just whatever guitar I got the newest becomes my favorite. But I think the one that I don't really know. All my guitars have different things that they do, so it's hard to pick a favorite like this one. It's the only extended range guitar that I own, so I can do cool things with that. Then my ESP has a Floyd, so, and I miss Floyds. They don't. I know Schecter makes an 8-string Floyd, but I don't like Schecters. But yes, I like that one because I can mess around with a Floyd, and it's super easy to play. And then my Les Paul, that one's really nice because it, I don't know, you can just get different sound out of it, and you play differently while playing it, kind of. Yeah, don't really have a favorite. Did you have to cut the V's on the shirts, or you used for the crab coursings? Yeah, we did. I think we got. Yeah, we just brought shirts from home or something, and then had different depths of V's. Like Greg's was the deepest. I forgot who had. I think Cory had second deepest. And then Miles, we painted on his. What about Schecters do you not like? Just everyone, like, I'm sure there's nice ones, but it just seems like pretty much every Schecter that I've tried out, I just didn't like. Like, when we were with Silence the Messenger, they had Schecter 8 strings, and their necks were way too fat. Like, it was baseball-sized necks, and for an 8 string, you want pretty thin so that it doesn't feel really like you're playing one. And then like 6-string Schecters, never really have liked the look of them, I guess. Yeah, just never tried out one that I was like, oh, this is actually a rad guitar. I've heard the Keith Merrow ones that just came out are actually really nice. So maybe I'll go try that out. Maybe I'll check one. And I think the Jeff Loomis one, I never tried a Jeff Loomis one, so maybe I should try that one out before I completely denounce a guitar company. Do you have any body shape preference for your guitars? Not too much. I started. Yeah, no. Normally, I think just going with like the super strat shapes are always good. I like to get one of the pointier ones, like the like a Zyphos or Warrior. Those are awesome looking. They just look amazing. It looks so death metal. Yeah, and I had a V, or I still have it, like one of those Alexi Leho Vs. But the issue with them, and kind of the reason why I don't play Vs that much, is since I wear my guitar pretty high, my arm, since the V would go like this way, my arm would kind of have to go over it at a really awkward angle, instead of like on this one where it has like the forearm cut. So yeah, I think mostly just the super strat shapes, just because they are the most comfortable for me. Boobs or ass? I like ass. There we go. Have you ever thought of getting a 9-string guitar, but instead of going lower, you go with a high A string? Still. Like that would be the better situation because it's not going lower. But that could just I can see that would kind of mess with me in my head for sweeps or something. But I can see that being cool. Like I know, was it Chris Letchford? Lech, from Scale Summit. He used to use an A string with like the bottom 7 would be just a normal 7 string, and then the top would be the high A or high G or whatever it is. And he was doing pretty cool stuff with that, but then he stopped. So, so that'd be a cool thing. Okay, so it's 8 o'clock, so I'll answer these last 2 questions and then say bye. Let's hang out sometime. I'm down. How did you guys come up with some of the names of the songs on the new album? Mostly just reading, like Ezra. So what normally happens is Ezra writes lyrics, and then and then like somebody else will pick the song name, like Greg made the song names. So yeah, it's mostly just from the lyrical content, where the song names are from. Have you seen the Rusty Cooley video with the A string with the high A? No? Maybe. But yeah. See, I don't really see the need for the high A. You could have songs that dogs can hear. Have you ever had long hair, or would you consider growing it out? I did for a couple years. It wasn't too long, but it's still longer. And I have really thick hair, so it just gets really, really greasy like immediately, and so I just didn't like that. I don't know. Sometimes I see people with long hair, mostly at shows, and it makes headbanging less awkward. And it kind of makes it easier because you're headbanging. If you're moving your head just a little bit, then it looks like your whole hair is moving. Where I have to kind of move more of my body with it, so that it looks like I'm not just standing there. But I have to because I'm going to a friend's concert, and I told him I'd make it. But it's okay because we'll be having a longer hangout very soon with. I know it'll be Greg and I, and then hopefully some other people. And okay, so last question: do you plan on touring Canada? Yes, definitely during this album cycle. We'll hopefully be going to Canada. So I'm excited because I can drink there. So all right. Well, it was nice talking to everybody. Sorry, it was just me, but soon we'll have a bigger group and for a longer time. So, peace out.